Today, I'm going to be proving to you that simplicity is the key to Speed Garage. We're going to be checking out 567 AM by Bless. This track is an absolute banger, but it's super simple to make. So I'm going to be proving to you guys today you can make a Speed Garage banger with literally just drums and bass and vocal. Here's a preview of the section we're going to be going over. And if you haven't heard this track, definitely check it out because it is a banger. Let's start then with the drums. The drums that he's used have been specifically chosen because they're short and snappy. A lot of Speed Garage tracks have those like open, really loud hi-hats with lots of sort of sustain to them, whereas these are deliberately short and snappy. Having short and snappy drums really fits in with the bass because it allows the bass to sort of have its own automation. As you can hear in his version, it's really opening up a lot. If you've got loads of messy drums, then that bass isn't going to have its own sort of presence. Anyway, let's see how these drums are made. Firstly, you want to set your project to 140 BPM. Start by putting a kick on every beat like this. So you can grab one, duplicate it across. It's going to sound like this. Then grab a hat. This is going to go on every second beat. Then grab a clap and put that on every second kick. So as you can see, the transients of these drums are really short and snappy. And it really works well with the vocal. Great, now we've got our main drums, we can add the rim shots. So if we zoom in, we want to add one about here. As you can see, it's slightly off the grid. We then want to duplicate that across over here. Then add a second one. With this one, you might have to fiddle around with it, but yeah, it should fall just sort of after the halfway mark. And if we play that, and then you can just duplicate that again. So it's going to sound like this. You can of course add even more if you want, so you can just grab one, put it over here. But then it kind of gets a little bit too much in my opinion. So it's good to have a little breather in the middle, or if you're moving these towards the edges, then have a breather at the start, because you could do the same thing, but put them sort of like here. Cool. As we've got this little bit of dead space here, what we could do is add a reverse hat. So this is just a normal hat, but if you right click it, you can click reverse or reverse clip. So you just grab any sort of hat, reverse it, and bring it up like so. And you could do, yeah, right in the middle here. And that could follow it into like a crash or something. You could even like chop the crash up. So I don't know, something like this. Just helps to add a little bit of, you know, nuance. Great, so yeah, these drums are really nice, short and snappy with really sort of nice, sharp transients. If you want drums just like this, you can get them from my Speed Garage Volume 5 drums pack. The link for that is in the description. This pack has tons of one-shots, just like we've used, and it also has loads of ready-to-go loops. So you've got like top loops, full loops. So for example, the full loops. There's also shorter, snappier ones like we just made. Like this. Yeah, just tons of ready to go loops. And of course, you've got all the one shots. We've also got like ragga effects. So we go in here, garage effect, spin backs. Just the classic stuff you need to make Speed Garage. As I said, the link for that pack is in the description. This pack's also in the Ultimate Bundle, which means you get all the packs for a much, much cheaper price. It works out at like £9 a pack, or maybe even cheaper. Great, now we've got the drums down, let's have a look at the bass. Great, so this sound is made in Serum and is a preset for my Speed Garage Volume 3 Serum preset pack. You can get that from the link in the description. This pack just has tons of sick presets. It's got tons of different basses, chords, leads, reeses, warps, literally everything you need to be making the sickest Speed Garage. So yeah, definitely check that out. The link for that is in the description. But let's see how the sound design is made. So, one thing you will notice before I dive into the wavetables is this filter automation. So if you have a look at the MIDI, you'll see this automation. I'm also exaggerating it there just so you can see. But what's happening is I'm using automation to make this filter open up, which helps the bass to stay less stagnant and more exciting. It's especially effective when you do it at the end of the bars, like here. If you do it at the start, then it's going to sound a bit weird. For example, like it loses energy, whereas if you have it sort of building towards the end of the bar like this, then the sort of energy is rising and it keeps the listener a lot more interested. So yeah, definitely use automation on the filter if you've got a nice sort of donkey bass. But yeah, let's have a breakdown of the sound design itself. Obviously, if you can't be asked to follow along, then again, it's the R2Me preset from the Speed Garage Volume 3 pack. Cool, so the first thing we have is the sub. You won't be able to hear this unless you're wearing like good headphones, but it helps to sort of give that really deep, low bass, especially if you're in like a club system. Without that, it's gonna sort of lack that big low end. We then have a wavetable, which is the analog shapes, and it's just a saw wave. What we've done with this is pitch it down an octave and add unison. If I get rid of this, it's just straight down the middle. If you add this, it adds a lot of width. We then bring the detune down to 0.04, otherwise it's gonna be too wide. We then add oscillator B, and this one is just straight down the middle. So again, basic shape, saw wave, -1, straight down the middle. For more width, we then add oscillator C, which again, saw wave, -1. What we've done is +7. So without that, still a bass, but not a sort of moody bass we're after. This is basically creating a chord of a fifth. Unison up to 12, detune 0.07. Without the filter, then we need that to bring it all together. So select S, A, B, C and noise. I've also added this kick on the noise. Helps to add just a little bit more punch. And what we have is this envelope. So this envelope has been dragged over onto the cutoff. And the more you drag it up, the more high end's gonna come in, and the less, so it's gonna be a lot bassier. So about 64% is a good sort of middle ground. And what we're then doing, what you can do is add a macro onto that to get that automation. So that's opening that filter up more. If you look at the effects, all we have is this dimension. So you turn on hyper dimension, bring the mix of the hyper all the way down, because that's going to make it almost too wide, because that's unison. So just like we've already got the unison here, we don't need any more. So we put the mix of that all the way down. Then we turn dimension, which helps to add some width. We've got that on 41% and brought the size down to 21%. Without it, still wide, then just helps it add even more width. Cool, so that is how the bass is made. But yeah, what you can do is obviously grab it by here and then create your automation lane. So you might be stuck on this. You're like, how the fuck do I add automation? If you click that, this little button here, then that's gonna open it up. And sometimes it won't go on the right one. So you wanna make sure you selected the filter. So give it a little wiggle and then it should come up. Or of course, if you wanna do it the macro way, which is the same, grab the macro and that should come up here. And yeah, then you can just draw in. Sometimes it gets stuck, so just click this little orange thing up here, and then you can draw in the automation. And yeah, you can do like little knobs here, and then you can go crazy as you want with it. So for example, What you can also do, if you click Alt, or on a Mac it's Option, then you hover over that line, you can curve it, so you can create a more sort of smooth. You can do something like this and curve it down. Great guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. I will see you next week for another banger. Cheers.